Good morning, guys. What's going on? I kind of missed my morning walk today. Woke up exactly on like at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is the time I'm supposed to leave. And then, it's like the perfect time, but I missed it kind of. So, yeah. But anyway, it doesn't stop me from, doing the fragrance reviews and be positive. I'll go in the afternoon. Right. So I'm using for morning. Good morning, guys. This is my scent of the morning is Prada L'Homme. I'll do a full-on review because I did my review on a sample basically. I think where's my sample? I don't know where it is. But anyway, Prada L'Homme, the fragrance. It's at first I thought it's just a flat fragrance. Things change over time, and now I'm just reaching for it every day. It's just becoming my one of the most dumb riches. Like easy to wear and it does last a long time. I wore this like a night before. I put it on my shirt, opened my cupboard. I could still smell it like yesterday. So after 24 hours, it's still on the shirt. And this fragrance does last. You think it's kind of soft. Mm-mm. It does last and project. It does get, you know, kind of attention, right? So I'll do a full-on review once again, update you with this fragrance. So talking about updates, I'll be doing right now comparison video between actually supposed to be a full-on review on this particular fragrance, but I thought I have to do another comparison video was the point. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to comparison video between two of my Pure Havanes. Okay, they look identical, right? They look sort of like a same bottle. You'll be like, why? The answer is at the bottom. Okay, the batch codes. The batch code means this is my older bottle. I mean, like in my collection, but I got my older bottle is like newer version. The one that's written Thierry Mugler. You'll see the picture. The one in the left is the older version with that white sticker. I'll show you the box. This is the newer version, the first reformulation, and this is my vintage one, which I recently got. Kind of confusing, but this is vintage, this is newer. Okay, and there's a third version, that's the one that's written Mugler, just like Mugler, new one. I do not have that. Tried it, I think it's very, very weak. So this is the one that we will talk about today. I told you I recently got it, and I'll compare it, okay, and I'll review it a lot of sort of. This is the older version, 2010 batch. This is the one. If you see somewhere this particular box, that's the vintage. That is the good stuff. That is the stuff that you want to go for. Okay, and I took out the sticker. The sticker is to look like that, and I put it with a tape because I don't want to lose it. It looks kind of nice with that. So I'll show you the full presentation, the differences, key differences in terms of smell, longevity, and stuff like that. And is it worthy getting the vintage? We'll talk about those. So first of all, Thierry Mugler is one of my favorite houses. You guys know this. Just like James J. Royal, he collected the whole line. I don't think I'll go for quite the whole line because I'm not that kind of collector. I mean, I collect the ones I really, really love. Let's say I'll probably do a top 10 Thierry Mugler fragrance soon. Once again, update you because I have a couple of new fragrances. And this fragrance house is so unique. They offer fragrances that they do not copy anybody. This is like one thing I would say massive respect for Mugler because they make their fragrance so unique. Like if you see Crypto Mint, even Ultra Zest, those conceptually are unique. They are not copying the trend like Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, or any other houses, whatever they're doing there. They have their own planning, they have their own setup, and this massive. I just love that. To me, Thierry Mugler is a niche quality house. Every single fragrance they produce, even Mugler cologne, the very basic, smells amazing. So now, Pure Havane. I have been having Pure Havane this bottle. I think this is the one, the modern version. This is right in between the current formulation of just saying that Mugler, brand new one, and between the vintage one. So I've been having this for since 2016, I guess, and I had another bottle of exact same 2012 formulation or something like that, 12 or 13, I'm not sure. So I sold that bottle because I had this one already, and then I didn't want to have like two bottles, and this bottle is almost like 10-15 ml left on the newer formulation, and I really love it. This fragrance itself lasts on me a long time. It smells like, you guys know, I reviewed this. It smells like cherry tobacco, and it's like so masculine. It's like Havana cigar kind of. It's like, you're sitting on Cuba smoking a big fat one, like a proper Havana cigar comes with box and cutter, and it just projects. Cold weather it projects. It's so serious, and it smells so beautiful. It doesn't smell like a cheap fragrance. It smells like $100 plus kind of fragrance, and it's if you ask me, I always have constant battle between this. You guys know my battle between this and pure malt all the time. They are like, I don't know which one I love more. I love the whiskey note more a little bit, so I reach for pure malt a little bit sometimes. Sometimes this one grabs me and catches me and like takes me away. I think Mark also couldn't make up his mind between these two. So that's basically pure Havana for you. Nighttime, sweet, Havana cigarette, cherry sort of vibe. But I was thinking, what's so special about the vintage, the 2010 version, the very first formulation? How is it different from this one? Okay, and I got my answers recently, and I'll share with you now. So this already the Thierry Mugler version, the first reformulation. It's very 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 good. If you find that one in the picture, if you see the picture in the right, I think in the thumbnail, that is the version that I'm talking about, and the left one with this box design. This one is the oral formulation. So even if you find this one, the first reformulation, still very hard to find. Get that one because the vintage is near to impossible to find. So now coming to vintage, let's talk about the vintage. This is how that box looks. Very badass, I would say. It's kind of like old school classic, and it's kind of like old style. This particular part, I like that one. Take a look, and that's 100 ml. There's the bottle. This backside is exact same, and up there I put the sticker on. This usually will be on the plastic. Here is your what do you call the batch code and everything. Okay, and it's made in France. Basically, the thing is, the shop I bought it from, the card I forgot it there, so they give you a nice sort of invitation. That's, I don't have it here. So one thing, there's the bottle, the older and newer bottle, they look identical. There's nothing, no difference I found out between the old one and new one. So they kept the same flask. They come with these rubber flasks, nice sort of star, honey kind of star. And the thing is, I did this for, did same thing for all the Muglers because their sprayer sucks. So basically what I did was I cut, I'll show you a little bit, this is known in fragrance community, but if you are new, I'm showing you. Make the sprayers better, give it a little bit cut here from this end all the way to this end, and do not cut at the back. So because without this, it looks like just like naked. But then when you cut this, the sprayer totally changes, all right? It's magical how big these sprays are. This one will spray, I'll show you just now. Let me spray this. You'll see how big these sprayers are now. You see? Muglers usually with the rubber, before you cut it, the sprayers will really give you pain or in the ass. And the first reformulation on this end. So I can compare, okay? So the thing is, this is how that looks. Bottle is same. I like how they look. It's very unique in terms of presentation as well. When I started collecting Muglers, I used to look at, websites to try to find, because Malaysia, not many Muglers you can find in official Mugler store, and they look really cool in your collection. All right. So basically that's the presentation. Let's talk about the smell. Okay. Okay. So first thing, when you smell it, the 2010 version. Okay. I think the opening, that's where it's so different. Not so different. It's really different than the newer version. Okay. The 2012 or whatever this version is, I should have checked. This one smells the cherry note. It's much more amped up in this. Okay, that's the first difference I noticed from this. This is a little bit sweeter. This is, yes, you can detect the cigar sort of smell, and it's really like open already. It seems like the newer one, it goes to a sweeter side right away. You can detect, and it's pretty strong still, but when you smell the 2010, it's just a bit more amped up. The cherry note that you really want to smell, the 2010 that you get on the opening. Okay, that is the first difference. Okay, and as the transformation starts to happening, starts to happen, and the dry down, they pretty much kind of becomes the same smell. Okay, so even if you get the Thierry Mugler version 2012, whatever, the first reformulation, I said this one, the newer one, you are still good to go, no problem. But in terms of total longevity, this one will at least last you 2 to 3 hours more. Okay, that is the second difference between the newer and the older one. Okay, they both smell really great. You can layer them both if you have both. Okay, but the 2010 one, it does last a long time. It will beat my pure malt performance. it's as good as original Amin. That's that kind of performance you can expect from it. So in total, I think when I wear this one on my skin, I get I think about 8 hours of longevity, 3 hours of solid projection. With the newer one, I would say total longevity would be like 5 to 6 hours. It's good. 6 hours is pretty good still, but the projection is also very, very good, not bad at all. And I would say if you compare them both, their projection wise, I think 2 hours and almost 2 3 hours. I mean, both of them in terms of projection kind of similar, but longevity wise, the older batch 2010 lasted long. Definitely, it's understandably so because first formulation is always better. Lanuitalam, CH man, you can go on all day. Dioram intense, perform, not sorry, perform, Dioram intense. So the older batch is always something desirable. So if you are a mad collector, you can get both. You can get the whole line of Pure Havane, no problem if you love the fragrance so much. But I would say if you really have the first reformulation, I mean, you are good, no problem. But if you really want the best, if you had the option to buy either of these, I would say go with the definitely go with the vintage because this is actually the stuff, the real stuff, how it used to smell when it came out first. I think if you can get a taste of it, that's real 100% Pure Havane for you. The newer version, like the Thierry Mugler 2012 or the newer version, first reformulation, I would say this is like a 9. It is just right behind the big boy, the 2010. But why get 9 when you can get 10, right? So, but then again, if you already have this, I don't think you need this, okay? But then again, in the end, conclusion is I prefer the vintage version. Of course, it's very obvious, isn't it? Like you can get first formulation, always very, I mean, always feels very good, right? So this one has a slight bit of edge over this in opening cherry strength, and then in terms of total longevity. You wear this again in the same cold weather, nighttime, you're gonna get compliments galore. This one, you have how many sprays to go? I would say go 2 on your neck. Yes, go heavy on your neck if you really want to project and get attention. Get 2 on the side of your neck, 1 on your chest, maybe perhaps 2 on your both hands. Yeah, that still sounds like a lot, but it's gonna really, really pick you up, notice, and compliments. But if you don't wanna, get attention, just go 2 sprays. 1 on your neck and perhaps 1 on your shirt or 1 on your arms in exposed skin or back of your neck. Great longevity, all night out. You can even if you're going for clubbing nowadays, I don't think many people are rocking Pure Havane. I mean, if you go, you're gonna smell really, really mature. You're gonna smell up class, unique in the crowd of a lot of sweet fragrances nowadays. So I think Pure Havane, the vintage version, it's a win-win situation. This one's gonna push down the first reformulation, and then the lowest would be the one that's written just Mugler here, the new one. That do not go for those if you can find. I think you can still find the first reformulation of this on websites. They are offering that. Okay, so Pure Havane Perfect 10, projection longevity beast, no problem. Versatility, I don't think you should wear it when it's too hot. It's gonna be overbearing. Okay, and the age for it, I think any age can wear it, but it has a sort of a 20 plus, because it smells a little bit like a grown-up man, right? So it could be a signature scent as well. Perfect 10 for Thierry Mugler vintage 2010 version. That's all I have for you today. Take care, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a very, very nice day. Bye bye.